my experience here with Mr. Karidis and the team, they made me feel special, not like I'm just one of the patients. So from the emails to the phone calls to the appointment to seeing him face to face, they made me really feel relaxed and wanting to be happier, and they didn't worry me, and they really directed me in every step of the way. You know, I really appreciate the whole team. A few years before I had this operation, I went out with my friends and family occasions, and pictures get taken wherever you are when you're socializing, left, right, forward, from above, you know, everywhere people taking pictures this day and age. And I've noticed one or two pictures that really made me paranoid about my nose, but when I looked in the mirror, my nose looked fine, you know? So I thought about it, and then I decided to come and have a consultation. You know, I don't have to have the operation if I come for a consultation and see what the experts say to me. A minute meeting the doctor, I knew that, you know, I want this operation doing. A month later, I had it done. So yeah, I was a little bit paranoid, should we say, about my nose from the side view, and he fixed that problem. Before I arrived at the hospital, I was fine. When I stepped into the hospital, I started to, you know, feel a bit nervous. My head was saying, Daniel, are you sure you want to have this done? Is it really bothering you that much to have this operation done? And my mother was next to me, and she was really, really supportive. And the nurse came, said hi to me, made me feel a lot better. Before I went into the room, I was thinking about the anesthetic and so on. And then it was my time for the operation. I then went downstairs, I sat down, they wired me, they put the needles in me and whatever. And I was so nervous. And the doctor came to me and he says, Daniel, don't worry, my name is so-and-so. Yeah, you will be okay. They took me through it, and before you know, I was out. And then awake, I presume it was after an hour or so, because I asked my mom how long was I away from the room for. And then they brought me upstairs to the room. The main thing, I felt no pain. I couldn't believe it. And I know everybody reacts differently and so on. But when I woke up, it was no pain. I mean, I've had the cast on my nose, which, you know, felt like I'm strapped up, should we say. But it was fine. I mean, I stayed indoors for 7 days, and then I came back up here. If someone's nervous about the nose, I would definitely have a consultation. You know, I would highly recommend that. You will have peace of mind just from the consultation. And I said to the doctor, I said, look, I want it natural. I don't want people to know that I had it done. I had a little bit of a bump here, and this bit was going down. And the confidence that he gave me, I could see that he's got experience. And I just said, right, I need to have this operation done. So the all-in-all experience, you know, it was amazing. Really is amazing. And I'm really blessed, and, you know, that I can speak to people here and have the operation here. And yeah, I'm happy, really happy. Social media is a big thing this day and age. You know, everybody looks at social media and they see these perfect people, you know, perfect bodies, and everybody wants to become the perfect guy or a girl. If you're really paranoid about your nose, like I said, a consultation, it's a must. You know, go and have a consultation. It's a meeting for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You can tell the doctor how you feel, and he will give his advice, which his advice is priceless, you know. So if you're nervous, definitely go have a consultation. I knew from the consultation I wanted the operation doing. It's not a major operation, it's a cosmetic operation. I feel so confident, as I wasn't really nervous about my nose, but it annoyed me a little bit. So I feel a lot more confident. Now I don't care, you can take a picture of me from any side you want, you know? A lot of people research the internet. I specifically didn't research it so I wouldn't get scared. I know it's a bit different. Of course, I researched the operation, you know, what it is and what's the procedures of it, but I didn't go into details. When they do my blood test, I fainted. You know, when she took the cast off after the operation, I fainted. The fear is something natural you have there, you know, it's all in our head. But you have to get over it in a way, and listening to people that had it done, it's the best advice you can have. When I came home after the day after the operation, my brother came and picked me up, and we traveled down to Manchester, and all my friends waited for me at the house. I didn't want to see them. And they were all saying, oh my God, we can't wait to see the end product, what it will be like. And now they're all seeing me, 10 days later, we went for dinners and so on. Half of them considering having it done. And yeah, they're all scared, but they see the result, And if there's no pain and you got someone to give you, more confident and so on, why not?
Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm here today with Daniel, one of my patients. Daniel had an operation on his nose just over a month ago, is that right? Is that right? And we're here to discuss and talk with Daniel in terms of what his impressions have been so far, and what his post-operative recovery has also been. Just get a little bit of feedback, a little bit of insight, because it's always useful for patients, particularly ones who are contemplating this type of surgery, to know and understand what it's like to go through an operation like this. And sure, I could sit here and talk to you, until your heart's content, but until you hear from somebody who's actually been through it, it's a totally different matter. So we're here, we're grateful for Daniel for sharing his experiences with us today. But yeah, Daniel, so it's been a month, right? You're looking great, and this is the thing. A lot of times I say to patients, who come like yourself, who are looking so good. It's that you come in through the door and somebody who's never met you before doesn't think there's something taking place. I mean, you look normal by all accounts, right?
I feel great. It's been a month now. I was really nervous before. I mean, after the operation, it all gets better. Surprisingly, no pain.
Right.
I
okay.
have no
yeah.
pain,
yeah.
which I thought I'll have a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And I do feel good. My confidence has gone up, and I'm excited to see the results in the months to come.
Well, that's right, because I mean, although at the moment you don't have any sort of obvious swelling, meaning no obvious bruising or gross swelling. Sure, there's an element of subtle swelling present, which is going to take a good 6 to 9 months from here on in to completely dissipate. But it's looking great already. Your shape is starting to come through. The new shape is starting to come through.
And I'm especially now to the camera like
this,
so you can see the
Well, exactly. You can see the profile.
I would never do that before.
Well, that's the thing, is that a lot of people are really conscious about their profile. Sure. And you see them and they tell you, listen, there's traffic lights, I hate to look at people sideways because I'm just conscious that they're looking at my profile all the time. But yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at you now, and sorry, forgive me, I just wanted to have a look. I mean, there's a very subtle amount of swelling just on the front here, on the left side, okay? But you know what? It's looking great, and your profile is wonderfully straight here because you had quite a bit of excess length in the nose, which I think was making your nose a little bit too dominant. So I think from that point of view, I think we've done some good work for Daniel. I mean, I always say to people, it's a team effort. I do the surgery, but I rely on the material that I have to work with. And obviously, in his case, everything did come together the way we wanted to. But you also mentioned you said you didn't have much pain with the whole thing.
No, I couldn't really believe it. And when I researched it before a little bit, I thought when I wake up I'll be in pain. I actually, a few hours after the operation, I had to get the nurse in, and I said to her, what painkillers did you give me?
Yes.
I'm not feeling any pain.
Yeah.
And she said to me, Daniel, you should feel no pain.
No.
And I was in shock. For me, it was fantastic. Even when I had the cast for 7 days, there was no pain.
Well, a lot of that actually reflects with a lot of other patients that say to me as well, because they say apart from perhaps the first 2 hours when they wake up, when they feel a bit of a heavy, dull sensation on their nose, after that they say, you know what, I hardly took any painkillers. So obviously what Daniel is saying reflects that.
I was indoors for 7 days. I was eating normal, everything was normal. The cast, I was scared looking in the mirror a little bit because of the cast.
It's very full on, isn't it? Very full on, that cast, I know.
When I came here back to London and they took the cast off, I was really happy. I seen that the nose was straight, not that I'm an expert. I seen that the line was straight.
There was a difference anyway, there's a big difference.
Huge difference.
Exactly.
If you look at the before and after,
absolutely.
It's amazing. Even my own mother was like, whoa. I didn't realize your nose was like that.
No, sure. So tell me, what was the worst bit of the whole thing?
I get really nervous.
Yeah.
So before the operation, I mean, when I had my blood test done, I fainted.
that wasn't even part of the operation, was it really?
No. And before the operation, I mean, your staff are fantastic. They made me feel really relaxed and calm.
Well, I think
nurses
they all
came,
try, I
'cause,
know
you
that,
know,
yeah.
before a few hours
Yes.
before the operation,
Yes.
you think, what's happening? Where is the
Yes.
doctor? A lot of things go through your mind, and the staff made sure I was relaxed,
Yeah.
and that was the main thing.
Sure.
It was really the scareness of the operation.
And the anticipation, maybe,
Correct.
what you were going to go through.
And what would it be? What happens if it's a mistake? Amazing.
Well,
Amazing.
I think a lot of that reflects what every person is worried about when they have any surgery. You know, everybody wants, you know, particularly if it's on your face, you don't want things to go wrong, right? You want an operation that's going to be successful, it's going to live up to your expectations. And that's always the hardest thing, you know, for people to really sort of, understand whether it's going to happen or not. But going back to what I asked you about the worst thing about the Hope procedure, what about the packs? You had some packs in the nose as well, because a lot of patients say that was the worst thing, because we always put some packs in when you pull them out.
I can tell you exactly what was my worst experience is when the nurse taking the packs out.
Yeah.
And because when she takes out, you don't know what's going to happen. So I didn't even breathe. I just waited, and she just took the tweezers and she took them out, and it was all okay.
I know.
You know, but I would say that's I know
it's great. And then of course it does start to bleed a little bit when they take the packs out.
Yeah.
So people panic at that point, but it's all par for the course. And of course we do explain that to patients beforehand. But sometimes it goes way over your head. Whatever we say to patients, they say yeah in the consultation, and then afterwards say, did you tell me that? So,
even when I went home, the nurses gave me all the stuff that you need, and they made sure I didn't run out.
Yeah.
And it's a good experience, and I would highly recommend if you're paranoid about your nose and you don't feel confident, do it. Really,
well, no, I mean,
I can only recommend, and I was really nervous before.
I think it helps you turn a new leaf in your life, because the moment you have something that's been on your mind, something that's been holding you back, you get rid of that, then you can move on, and you know that that's not an issue anymore. So from that point of view, I think it's worthwhile. But you're looking great at 1 month. At 1 month, honestly, you're looking great. But I think I already explained to you, you still have a lot more in front of you in terms of improvement-wise. And I always tell people at a month, you probably got about 25-30% swelling. And that swelling that you see here, although it's not evident to the common sort of person who looks at it, there is some swelling certainly in the width here, and that's going to shrink in quite considerably. So the nose is going to look narrower. The profile is going to refine even more. But he's got more to look forward to, and this is the great thing about it. But at this point, I really can't fault it. I mean, it's looking as good as I can expect it to look like. So I think that you've done really well.
Thank you.
So fantastic. But listen, we'll keep a close eye on things. We'll follow you up again in the clinic, and we'll just witness the metamorphosis, the change in the nose.
I'm looking forward.
All right.
To it. I'm ready.
Great.
Thank you.
Lovely. Good to see you. All right.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, everybody. I hope that you found that a little bit helpful. As I said, a little bit of insight is always useful for patients who are wanting or contemplating this surgery. So I hope you found this useful for you.